Hey, I'm sitting up here and I'm live and I'm not saying a thing. That's because actually this is Jack Daniels from the Box Trainer channel. It's late. Actually, it's early. Say like 4:30 in the morning. And what transpired was I've been like thinking boxing. I mean, literally all day. Correct. And went to sleep. But I woke up, get up and use the bathroom. Right. Okay. So as prior to, like I said, going to sleep thinking about boxing, I woke up thinking about boxing. And the question that my brain entertained was, who really is the face of boxing? Right. Now that's important, very important in the overall scheme of how you perceive boxing. Because the greatness of that particular boxer who is considered to be the face of boxing is what pushes and promotes good quality boxing. Who is the face of boxing? Okay, now we got that out the way. Let's proceed. So, first of all, it has been alleged that Devin Haney wants to fight or is interested in fighting Terence Bud Crawford. Now, the first thing that comes to most people's mind, oh, he can't do that. Hold up. Don't go there. I've said this time and time again. Before I get to that point, I'll say this. Devin Haney is still growing. He's still developing. And who's to say that in this respect, he isn't advancing in his growth apparatus as we speak? Actually, he is, in the sense that he's, like I said, still growing. And we know he left 135 because he could no longer make that weight. So we're at 140. Now, is that where this cycle can stops? I don't think so. Because before they can get their mouth closed, 147 came up. And that was in regards to wanting to fight at 170 after, quote unquote, we handled the business with Reed Kruger. Now that's already done. That's history. So we're at 140. Again, Devin Haney said that he would like to fight Terence Crawford. I think, in all fairness to everybody involved, especially when it pertains to the face of boxing, that would be an excellent fight. That would make huge revenues, promoting the fact that Devin Haney constantly says he wants to make the big fight. Now, that is the big fight. That supersedes Tank Davis. That supersedes any of those hot dogs out there that claim to be one thing or another, whether it's the face of boxing or uh, the best box per pound for pound. Okay, so in my opinion, that would be a good fight. Terence Bud Crawford, at present, is 35 years of age. He's 5'8". He has a 70-inch arm reach. He's a southpaw, which makes his ability to box somebody's head off, or for them to have an offense to getting their head boxed off, is affected Terence Bud Crawford. Is a right hand, but he is equally compelling with his boxing, being even-handedly. He is ambidextrous. Okay, so he has 40 wins, 31 by knockout. 40 wins, 30 by knockout. Wow, man. Terence Bud Crawford would be actually considered, if we want to look at that level, also as a crafty boxing technician and knockout artist //. Okay, he has no losses, no stops, and no draws. Crawford beat Errol Spence, I want to say last month, to be the undefeated welterweight champion of the world. That is his second status as undisputed. 35, 135, and 147. Okay, so it wouldn't be a stretch for Terence Crawford to go from 147, in my opinion, to 154. And Terence Crawford is big enough, and once he's not slimming down to make weight, he's big. His body will carry that 160. That's what people are not looking at. Can he carry that weight? You're darn right he can carry that weight at 168. So that's another layer to Terence Crawford aspiration and possibility as being number one pound for pound. Get back to the pound for pound. Okay. So we also had David Benavidez on that list. David Benavidez is a good contender to be considered as pound for pound, number one pound for pound boxer in the world, right? David Benavidez is 26, he's 6'1". He has a 7-inch arm reach, which is heck of long. He's a right-hander. He's a right-hander. He has 27 wins, 23 by knockout, and again, he could be considered as a knockout artist as well. He has no losses, no stops, never been stopped. He has no draws. Okay, that makes him a damn good a boxer. We already know that, though. I mean, wow. We already know David Benavidez is an excellent boxer. Right then, who is widely considered as the face of boxing is Gervonta Tank Davis. The Tank is what they call that young man. Tank is 29. He's 5'6". 5'6". That's kind of, you know what I'm saying? If you got a perpetuated compunction, no. If you have a perpetual punctuated jab at 5'6", say you 5'9", 5'10", and your jab is repetition, that's gonna happen. I don't give a darn what y'all say because you know nothing about boxing, right? A perpetual jab of 5'9", 10 versus 5'6", 5'6" don't stand a chance. If you got a good jab, you know what I'm saying, where you could pop off a 3 or 4 jab combination, and you consistent and you good, you got a lot of movement, think it's gonna be that's in a hypothetical. I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. I think Tank is a three divisional world champion. 3 division. I think I'm almost certain Tank is a 3 division world champion. He's 29, 5'6". He has a 69-inch arm reach. He's a southpaw. He has 29 wins. We already know he's a knockout artist at 27. He has 0 stops, 0 losses, 0 stops, and no draw. Now, the boxing community believes that in all actuality, what Gervonta Tank Davis did in the fighting apparatus scheme of things deserved the right to be considered as pound for pound. Now, who am I to say that he's not? Although there is some compelling questions in regards to what we should consider as the face of boxing versus is this guy capable of being considered as the face of boxing if he has compelling luggage that he's carrying with him. All those things I think need to be considered if you want to classify a person as being atypical for the face of boxing. Then we have, last but not least, in my opinion, There's several others. You could also say, before we get into the last uh, person, would be Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez is undefeated at the junior weight, super, excuse me, super middleweight division or level. So, um, we already know that Saul Canelo Alvarez has compelling, convincing stats. He has something, I think, in the neighborhood of 52 fights, 2 losses, no stops, no draw. That's off the top, y'all. And that's correct. So, with that, he's widely considered as the face of boxing. But again, the verge of late has been Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis, is the face of boxing, quote unquote. You feel me? Quote unquote. That's not what I'm saying, quote unquote. Anyway, the last person or candidate to be considered as the face of boxing, based on all the accomplished things that this young man has achieved in his 25-year range on the boxing scene. That would be Devin, the Dream, Haney. I love saying that. Devin, the Dream, Haney. I mean, do y'all really, you know what I'm saying, think about how dazzling Devin Haney is at 25 years of age? He's a heck of a boxer. Devin Haney is 25 years of age. I can do this off the top. He's 31 and 0. He has no losses, no draws. He's never been stopped. Right? Equally important, Devin Haney is the youngest, undisputed, lightweight champion of the world, historically speaking, in the full belt era, which makes him one of the most popular boxers of the day. You see what I'm saying? It's this whole thing about the Facebook. And the last thing that we should consider, or I spoke on about, in regards to Tank Davis, was, right, how people respond, what would be conceived as considerably in a negative sense, as they pursue this so-called notion that they're the face of boxing, right? Now, we don't want to get into a breakdown analysis, but because we already kind of like broke Tank Davis down on 2 or 3 occasions, right? And not getting into a litany of explanations, but I think I came to the conclusion, and I think I made a case for the conclusion that Tank Davis does not fit the criteria that I would want my child to pursue him as a role model. We've been there and done that. So I'm not going to scratch him off because, you know what I'm saying, who's to say at the end of the day who chooses who? But we're on the last leg of who is, and the last leg would be the dazzling boxing Devin Haney. Okay, those are the considerations, and I think in passing that we need to go all the way back since we completed this cycle with who is the face of boxing. We ought to get back to where we started at, and before I'm out here and going to bed. It started with Devin Haney is calling out basically Crawford. And the issue becomes at this juncture, because we did the 5 pound issue And we're concluding with bringing up the fact that Devin Haney is hot. My young homie is hot. And he ain't scared of nobody. You know what I'm saying? And, ooh, I would love to see Devin Haney fight Terence Crawford. Right? That fight, in my opinion, would supersede everything. The Canelo Alvarez versus uh, 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 Floyd Mayweather, we're saying basically hypothetical, but this is how high, in my opinion, how standardized and compacted this fight would be, and how it would bring out everybody to see this fight, the acting society, the sports jocks, you name it, they come out to see. They're coming out to see Devin Haney versus Terence the Bud Crawford. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going to bed. Please hit the subscription button. Please hit the subscription button, y'all. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying, showing me through hitting the generous way that you have hitting it, that you like what I'm saying, and I'm loving giving it to you. So I'd appreciate it if you continue to make me feel the way that I need to feel in order to do this what I love so much. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this here right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on uh, uh, boxing. I tell y'all, I had all kind of hats. Shit, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna make my existence work. You feel me? That's what people with good qualified gene cells. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We make things work. You know what I'm saying? And as a result of making things work, what we do is we have other people watching us. And that's the way the creator has designed things to be, right? Follow what you think is in the best interest of that which is right, not wrong. That which is right, right? And you will accomplish whatever it is that you attempt. Hit the subscription button, hit the like button, tell people about Jack Daniels, the boxers at the Boxer Trainers Channel, the greatest coach, the greatest human being, the greatest everything in the world. Peace out. Ooh, I nailed it. You better, man. That's right. You're going to have to put me on this payroll sooner or later, brother. I don't keep on working. check.